give you both your instructions, okay? Just obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. Secondly, both your belts, they're high. So the belts are going to be just fine, okay, for this contest. Shake hands. Let's go. Good luck to you both. 8 rounds.
Rudy Barragan, the third man in the ring. Solid veteran here in the Southern California boxing scene.
Raul, you good? All right.
As Corral blesses himself.
Let's go.
From Agua Prieta, Sonora, but he calls Douglas, Arizona his home. Baishanbo in the red trunks. 15-3-1. Coming off an 11th round KO loss to Usuki Kono in Shanghai, China. Come from behind win for the Japanese underdog. So see what Baishanbo has tonight as he gets back into the ring. That's tough too, right? The first time you go back in the ring after a loss?
After a loss, especially after a loss. But inactivity is worse. But Baishanbo is very, very glad to be here. Of course, televised, like we mentioned. And he knows what's in front of him. There wasn't much tape on neither of these fighters. And he said he understands that Corral doesn't have much movement, but he does have heavy hands.
Okay? Okay? All right.
Caught a few of Corral's fights. I actually saw him in the back when I walked by.
Let's go, box.
He's like, hey, I know you. I'm like, yeah, I know you. He's just those guys that they use, the journeyman, that you test out young guys, see what you're all about.
This is why he keeps getting fights.
Gives you rounds. That's what they see from him, Corral.
Stop!
As Baishanbo said, I was looking for any kind of information on Corral. So thanks to YouTube, you can find anything now. Imagine if you had that in your day.
Oh man, so many times I was looking for opponents. We had to pay for videotape back in the day because there was no YouTube.
How?
Thanks for making me feel old, Beto.
No, you're a veteran, Sergio Mora.
Veteran, that's a good word. No, but sometimes there's no tapes on opponents, especially when you're fighting, getting off the ground with your first 10 fights, first 15 fights. Not much tape unless the opponent has a big amateur background and then he has a history behind him. Then there'll be something you could study. But with fights like these, not much.
Stop, stop.
And now, in
let him go,
this era of social media, you can find out anything about your opponent because they usually post everything on their Instagram.
Yeah.
You see all these guys posting sparring, their workouts.
No, that's a no-no. My trainer never wanted me to really release our game plan or post sparring, not even videotape sparring. When we used to have reporters like Doug Fisher and Steve Kim, shout out to them, they used to get upset with me when I said no videotape.
I don't blame you. Don't blame you at all.
I remember one time I sparred James Kirkland, and that was a great sparring session. That back when he was just terrorizing everybody, knocking everyone out. I wish I would have said yes to that video session, but
I guess you did well.
Yeah, I did.
Overhand right from Baishanbo lands. He's in the red trunks. Bouncing around.
Good uppercut by Baishanbo. He's keeping his distance nicely. He fights like a tall man. He's rangy. He keeps his distance. Fights behind the jab.
Final seconds of the opening round, scheduled for 8. Fantasy Springs Resort and Casino. The main event, Andrew Cancio, Rene Alvarado. The mandatory. A couple punches thrown after the bell.
Okay, relax, good, okay? That's what you weigh the you fight. What is depends is here. Sometimes over here, overhand. Boom. Fast, tang, tang, pang, pang. One, pang. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. One step. Be slow. Jab, jab, bang, boom. Okay? Do it faster. Good fight. This time is good. Do it. Same. Boom, boom.
Good.
Fight it harder.
Pop this cherry a little bit.
In a distance. Very good. Continue, okay? That's the way you fight.
Máquina está soltando. Está faltando distancia. Está faltando distancia. Más trabajo.
Yep. Keep your distance.
De llave abajo, ¿ok?
The jab and downstairs.
Más reacción, más reacción, reacción.
Back up.
Listening to the corners of Baishanbo and Saul Corral.
Round 2, let's box.
So you mentioned Baishanbo coming off the KO loss. Mentally, what's that do for a fighter?
Well, especially early in your career, it's pretty devastating. It really is. I mean, if it happens in the championship level, then you could excuse it somehow. But yeah, it's mentally torture, I would think. I mean, I didn't get stopped until my last title fight, you know. So early in your career, you got to stay unblemished, and you don't want to take too much punishment because you're still going to step it up when you're 15-0 and 20-0 with tougher competition.
Baishanbo, 15-3-1, 6 KOs.
Good body shot by Baishanbo. I like that from far. Already stabbing downstairs.
Stop. Let him go. Let his arm go. There.
Usually when you're a tall fighter, you don't really bend down and go for the body. But Baishanbo's not ignoring the body of Corral. And when it comes to tough guys, veterans like this, you got to go downstairs because they could take it upstairs, but you got to test them in the gut.
The veteran is Corral, 31-14 is his record. He learned this with those Mexican fighters that are the journeymen. They can take a punch. It's that body work, because a lot of these guys are fighting in different divisions or they get called at the last minute. And those body shots take a toll because they've been trying to cut weight, right?
No, absolutely, and it takes away from your legs as well.
Baishanbo grew up in the Xinjiang province, which is on the Kazakhstan-China border. Single, no kids.
Good jab by Baishanbo. They're keeping the fight in the middle of the ring. For Corral, that's good for him. He wants to stay off the ropes. For Baishanbo, he wants to stay at the end of the jab.
Baishanbo had to convince his dad to let me box because he watched it on TV, a regional fight in China. He said, that's what I want to do. I want to be a fighter. Dad said, okay, well, if you're going to box, you're not going to quit. So if you don't like it, too bad. You're sticking with it. And here he is as a pro, at the age of 25, fighting in the United States.
There's that right hand again, going downstairs with it. I want to see more of those body shots. Then he's going to try to be sneaky and come upstairs, Baishanbo is.
That's Corral when I saw him. Like, what do you know about your opponent? Nada.
Nothing. Yeah. No, I'm telling you, I couldn't find much either. And when it's really difficult to study for somebody if there's no information out there. Nice body shot. I'm really happy with Baishanbo's body shots right now. And there's the shot that I was telling you he was going to come up looking for, the overhand right. He came up short, but he attempted it.
10 seconds, guys. 10. Stop with the bell. Time. Good job.
On average, people have to wait 29.3 days to see a doctor. Anyone living with erectile dysfunction, hair loss, or cold sores knows that kind of wait just won't work. That's why there's Roman, the digital health clinic for men. Complete a free online visit, and you'll hear back from a U.S. licensed physician within 24 hours. If medication is right for you, Roman delivers it with free 2-day shipping, always in discreet packaging. Get started today with a free online visit at GetRoman.com/TV. Roman, let's take care of it.
You need to react. You need to react.
Tiny little nick over on the side. It was from that headbutt. Tiny little nick.
Use the jab. Use your jab. The left too. Use the left too.
Ernesto Amador, our interpreter tonight. No puedes jugar box with Ernesto. I'm Beth Duran alongside the Latin Snake Sergio Mora. Ringside, you're watching Baishanbo from China in the red. Takes on Saul
no
Corral.
punching, no punching. Let him go. There we go.
Sonora, Mexico. Corral is just one of those guys that's always around the gyms. Going to be a trainer when he's done. Like, boxing is his life.
Usually that's the transition for most fighters. Love that body shot. Baishanbo's looking for an overhand right. He's already come up short, but he's throwing those body shots, and they're landing cleanly. He's throwing straight, stabbing him to the body, and coming around with the right hook.
You like what you see?
So far, I do, because he's going for the knockout. There's the body shot again. You could expect the overhand right, so you keep expecting that from the taller Baishanbo.
There's that overhand right landing. You calling that, Sergio? Jab from Corral.
More jabs from Baishanbo. When you're dealing with a veteran like this, he's not going to fall for that too often. He's not. You gotta trick him into that. And you gotta throw the jab a little bit more. You let him get a little lazy, and then you could try it again. And feints, of course.
Some red swelling on the right eye of Baishanbo. Overhand right lands from Baishanbo. More body work from him. You like
Beautiful
that.
body shot.
You see Corral kind of just putting that left elbow down a little bit lower.
You could see him and you could hear him grunting. He didn't like that body shot. When it comes to tough guys, Beto, guys that could take it to the chin, they don't like it to the body somehow. So that's their kryptonite, especially if you start doubling them up.
More body, one at a time from Baishanbo. Hook, nice left from Baishanbo. Moving around, looks very comfortable in there in his U.S. debut.
He does. We asked Baishanbo, what does he know about his opponent? And he says, well, we have the same body structure, but I'm faster. I'm going to keep my distance and my movement. And right now he's doing just that. He's not fighting the smaller man's fight, even though Corral's not that much shorter. But he's fighting like a tall man, not ignoring the body.
Corral's starting to wing his lefts. Trying to land one of those.
I want to see more jabs from Corral. His corner wants him to react. I think they mean counter punch, the longer, faster Baishanbo, but I haven't seen him try to set up any counters because he's not jabbing. He hasn't got the timing of Baishanbo just yet.
Third round, winding down.
Stop, let him go, let him go.
Wherever you're at, don't spill your drink as you're getting ready for
10 seconds, guys, stop at the
Andrew
bell.
Cancio, Rene Alvarado, also Rashidi Ellis, Eddie Gomez,
Time.
Shukan, and Manny Robles also on the card tonight. From Argentina, Melia. Going back to his roots, he said, that's the kind of hair I had when I was winning some rocket. And Jose Cantun. Jose Juan Cantun is his legal name. Loquito is what everybody calls him. And there you see right over his shoulder is Eddie Gomez from the Bronx, New York. That fight coming up next, Alberto Melian, Juan Cantun. Look at replays from the previous round, Sergio.
And we're going to see that body shot that I was talking about right there. Baishanbo missed with that right hand. That left hook landed right on the temple, but it was a body shot before that that set that up.
Boxing, enjoy boxing. Take care, okay? Take care, okay?
Fourth round. They touch gloves in the middle of the ring.
Corral just barely missed with the right hand right there. It was a short right hand, but if it would have landed, that would have did some damage.
The fights that I've worked of Corral, he usually gives you rounds, gives you some distance, but as the fight progresses, he gets sloppy and he starts winging, trying to land a big shot. And every now and then he will, but he's stepped up in competition. Some of his opponents have been able to take those shots.
And that's the thing with veterans. Veterans, they fizzle out because they know they can't compete with a better prospect or champion or former champion. So they want to start off fast, and if they can waste time, and by wasting time, I mean if they don't have to really exert much energy and get by the first early rounds, then they'll close out strong. That's what veterans like to do.
Another member of our crew, the Hall of Famer, Steve Smogert. Steve, how you've been watching this fight? What do you like?
Rudy's doing an outstanding job, guys. This is an excellent example of a referee controlling the action with verbal commands. He has yet to touch the fighters. And that's interesting because you have a gentleman that speaks Chinese and a gentleman that speaks Spanish, and he's doing it all with verbal commands. Excellent job.
Thank you, Steve. Rudy Barragan is the third man in the ring, member of the LAPD. Sergio, when you're in a ring and you don't even hear or notice the referee, that's what you want, right?
Absolutely. When the third man in the ring is invisible, he's doing a great job. And Rudy Barragan is one of the best, not only in Southern California, but one of the best, period.
Big Dodger fan. You'll see him rocking the Dodger shirt a lot, even though they lost. Body shot from Baishanbo, goes upstairs.
Man, I felt that one. Corral lowered his elbow because that one hurt right there. If I was Baishanbo, I'll continue downstairs. That's the second time that Saul Corral missed entirely a left hook to the body, and that's because he's not setting that up, and he's not at the distance to land those body shots.
Corral was bouncing around in the first couple of rounds. Now you see his feet kind of settle in and not moving.
No, not moving because he's not much of a mover. He's a veteran, like we said. So he wants to dig in those feet and plant ground and land, just like he did right there.
And Baishanbo lands, digs. Baishanbo just continues to rock back and forth, right? It doesn't give you anything really to tee off on.
Let's go, separate.
That's what you have to do. It's perpetual motion. You have to keep moving.
Guys.
Don't stay stationary. Always give your opponent a different look from a different angle.
Of the world. Good uppercut and a hook. Puts Ruiz down. Ruiz comes to fire back. And Joshua's hurt. Oh, Joshua goes down. He's down again. Wow. He's been down 4 times. He says that's it. Andy Ruiz is the heavyweight champion.
You have an immediate rematch clause. Do you expect to exercise that?
100%.
The most anticipated rematch of the year, Andy Ruiz Jr. Anthony Joshua face off again December 7th from Saudi Arabia with a clash on the dunes.
Relax, okay? Relax.
You're good? Take a deep breath. Go further, keep going. Keep going. Get closer.
Jose Corral with instructions for his brother Saul Corral, who's taking on Baishanbo. Corral has gone up against Mike Alvarado, Saddam Ali, Josito Lopez, Victor Ortiz. So the experience side is on Corral. But Baishanbo looking good here in this fight, Sergio Mora.
Looking and feeling good as he got up from his stool. He's bobbing his head to Despacito, a little reggaeton for Baishanbo.
You know what's up.
Look at that, not forgetting the body. I love that from Baishanbo, but he needs to watch out for Corral's right hooks and overhand rights. They're getting a little bit too close for comfort right now.
Watching Baishanbo from Urumqi, China, taking on Mexico's Saul Corral. He's in the blue trunks. Corral actually fought 2 guys that are going at it later on the night, Rashidi Ellis and Eddie Gomez. And he's actually picking Gomez to win the rematch. So the first 3 rounds are going to be crucial. That's coming up later on tonight as we work our way towards Andrew Cancio and Rene Alvarado. That perpetual motion you're talking about, Sergio, from Baishanbo. He's able to land that right, doubling up the jab.
He's barely missing with that right uppercut, too. Oh, right there, he landed it to the body. It was a sneaky body shot right there. But Corral's feeling it, too. I see both of them getting their groove now. Baishanbo's a little bit more fluid with it. But Corral's getting a little closer and closer to his target.
Baishanbo with the same management promotion company as Shukan, who defends his belt in the co-feature tonight against Manny Robles III. Corral looking a little frustrated, isn't he?
A little frustrated, or he's waiting to time Baishanbo, but Baishanbo's not giving him